First off, you look fantastic. Last time I saw you, you look a little thicker today than you were last time I sat with you. You know, same T-shirt. It just looks a little bit tighter nowadays. You know, you seem happy.
Yeah, you're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. A little bit thicker. I'm still training, but enjoying the feed. You know what I mean? You never know. Lightweight might be coming up soon. So I'm going to get thick. You know.
That's something we're gonna get into. But Alexander the Great, I'm calling you for one reason and one reason only, my friend. Welcome to the club, dog. You are now a 5-star athlete in EA Sports UFC 4. You joined a very, very select group of fighters. Alexander Volkanovski now joins. Israel Adesanya, Max Holloway, Valentina Shevchenko, and Amanda Nunes. Hearing that news, Alexander, how does that make you feel, my friend?
Oh, mate, it's unreal. It's unreal, especially like you said, man. There's not many people that have had the the honor of being a 5-star. So that's pretty cool, man. It's I'm glad to be a part of the club. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the 5-star athlete is a very select group of fighters, and you know, for a long time you could have been one of those guys, but I think it was the last fight that solidified you as the truly elite of the elite. And I saw you in Dallas a couple weeks ago. We spoke a little bit, but I kind of want to ask you, when we talked before the fight, you spoke about putting some distance between you and Max Holloway. When you're in that fight and it's going the way that it was going, were you surprised that it was going even better than you could have ever imagined?
Yeah, but a little bit. Like, obviously, I knew I'd puzzle him with our strategy and how we're going to go about it. But I thought the fighter Max was, he will make adjustments, and I was ready to see what adjustments he'll make and things like that. I believe we puzzled him. Good game plan. Obviously, I was on. Everything was going to plan. I seen everything. Everything was like in slow motion for me, and I was just capitalizing on everything. But I did think, might have to make adjustments, but it was just going smoothly, and things just kept going my way. Obviously, Max is tough. He's going to bring it. Even when things aren't going his way, he's going to still be in your face. He's still going to try and bring it. But I mean, I was just on. You know what I mean? And that's why I wanted that third fight. I wanted that third fight. Because I was like, man, if I beat him the third time, I know I'm going to get a 5-star on EA Sports. So I was like, I need to make that happen.
First off, we got this great necklace that goes to the 5-star athlete. Trust me, we're getting you one. We're getting you one, bro. It's a gold octagon with 5 diamonds in like a 5-diamond engraving. Now look, I saw you. I know you got your jewelry. You always fly. So it'll match. You can't wear it to the club though, Volk. Volk, you can't wear it to the club. I mean, you can't wear it going out and doing nothing. You gotta keep that just in your trophy case. But you beat Max Holloway 3 times now. Or 3 times now. You're right. You're 3-0 against Max Holloway.
Yep.
When you looked at Max and you say, I knew I would get my 5-star, was that a little bit of a motivation? Being that he was a 5-star guy, you guys had 2 close fights, and then you beat him, now you get the 5-star. Was it kind of expected? I know you were joking, you said it tongue in cheek, but just reality. That motivates you a little bit to take everything that he kind of has?
Look, man, I'll be lying if I said I was thinking of that leading into the fight. But, obviously I was having a laugh and throwing that out there. But, look, obviously just fighting Max that third time, obviously because of that close second fight, I knew people wanted to see it, and I knew it put me in a much better position, whether it is the 5-star or just in a better position in my career and things like that. Really solidify myself as the guy, as a man. So it had to be done. You know what I mean? So I was, I wasn't thinking of the 5-star, but I mean, I'll say, you know what I mean, for a bit of a laugh, while we're sitting here talking about it, it is cool though. I do remember actually seeing that, obviously I beat him, and then I seen the 5 stars. I go, hey, what's going on here? You know what I mean? I do remember thinking that, but I mean, I quickly forgot about that. But once, you know, you guys told me, I was like, man, how good's that? You know what I mean? And you know what? It's funny you talk about that chain. I actually wanted to get a pendant made pretty similar to what you're saying. It was, you know, with an octagon shaped thing. Like, you know, I was actually thinking of getting one. So now I don't even need to do that.
Wait,
So
it's too big.
You saved me a bit of money.
It's too big. It's too big.
Really?
And, yeah, it's too big, and you're rich now, so you don't need to worry about money no more. You know, you're a rich guy. I can see it. You got a bit of a different glow to you as I look at you today, opposed to whenever you first popped into the octagon. Now, champ, let me ask you this one. All right, this is one question. I did a detail on you because not everybody gets the detailed treatment, but after that, I had to give you the detailed treatment. What did you think of the episode if you saw it? Look, most fighters watch. They're like, oh, let me see if this dude can pick up on the game. What did you think of the episode?
Yeah, we did actually. We did while we in, where did we watch that? I watched that with a couple of guys. I forget where we watched. I think we watched that actually in Dallas. We watched it in Dallas. Because I can't watch it here in Australia. Because it was on the ESPN Plus, I think. So I couldn't watch that here. So I went over there and then I watched it with Frank Hickman. It wasn't bad. You picked up on some cool things. There was a couple of other things, other bits of strategy that maybe people would have been hard to pick up on. But yeah, but I mean, you did a good job, mate. You know what you're talking about, but I mean, you didn't pick up on everything. So there's still people are going to be surprised when I'm still seeing it in front of them.
You know what's crazy, Champ? You'll say that because you want to throw them off the scent a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. There's always different levels to the game of Alexander Volkanovski. With Volk, you know, I watched the detail. I did the show. I thought it was absolutely phenomenal watching you put on that type of performance. It was 5-star. It was as 5-star as 5-star goes. But when you look at Max Holloway in that moment, right? The long reigning champion, the guy that was standing across atop that division for so long, when you're fighting him like that, and he's still there and he's got that much damage, what are you thinking? Like, what are you thinking? Are you, you know, sometimes when we fight these guys, we build them up into this certain thing. And then in that third fight, I imagine you made him the biggest beast he could ever be. But then when he's in front of you, kind of just showing unbelievable toughness, but really lacking the skill, where you kind of like, this isn't the guy I expected. I expected this to be a little bit different. Were you a little bit disappointed that he didn't make those adjustments you expected?
Well, obviously you're not disappointed. You know what I mean? Like you sit there, you have a game plan, you have strategy, you picked up on things, and you thought he was going to go about something a certain way. But at the end of the day, you still don't. You think there'll be adjustments made anyway. Even if the game plan was the right game plan, they still might do it. But I mean, the way we completely threw him off, and we knew exactly what he planned for doing, and just literally like. When you talk about it, what he planned for them, what we did, whether people notice, so it was like, mate, it was completely opposite to what they would have thought. You know what I mean? It was literally, you go left, I go right. That's how completely different it was. You know what I mean? And I mean literally when I say that. But that's so when that's happening again, you see me sort of talk a little bit of a trash, and not talk trash. Sorry, it was a more. For me, again, I did have an expectation.
You started talking to him, champ. You started talking to him. I said, oh, he's talking now. I can't believe this guy.
Well, the reason why I was doing that as well, because, again, I did expect Max to bring it, and I got a lot of respect for him. And I knew that, this is a tough fight. And I had to remind myself that, I don't want to sit there and look at him as this such big challenge. At the end of the day, it's like, hey, you're the champ. Stop. He's good. But you believe that. You tell yourself that. You tell him that, and you believe it. So I started, backstage, the weigh-ins, you seen us talking a bit and all that type of stuff. That was just firing me up. And I was like, yeah, because I told myself going into that fight, I'm going to win every exchange. I don't care if I don't, but I'm going in there with that mentality that I am that much better. I'll win every exchange. I'm going to hit him first. I'm going to hit him last. I'm going to hit him every single time in between. So, that's what I told myself. And that's why you see me chirping a bit. It was more to get in my own head. It was that confidence that, I think I fight I think when I'm a bit heated and I'm talking trash and carrying on, I tell you what, I fight better. So people better watch out. Like I said, Volk is coming for fucking everyone. But mate, like you see me chirping, right? You see me chirping, but then I broke my hand in that second round. You see me quiet down a little bit because I had something else to worry about. So it was funny. I was sitting there like, oh yeah, this is going good. Even when that happened, things were still going good. But I mean, I still had something else to worry about. So then obviously the trash talking stopped a bit after that. But
it slowed down.
Oh well.
You don't want shit to go sideways on you because you know inside the octagon some chicken turns so fast. You're like, oh my goodness. So champ, what's next? We got UFC 280, Makhachev versus Oliveira. I know you have goals of becoming a double champion, but when you look at that fight, Volk, those dudes are savages, man. First off, who wins? Which one would you prefer to compete against? But who do you think wins, and how do you think they win the fight? Make an enemy right now, Volkanovski, because fighters are the most sensitive human beings on the planet. So I'm giving you an opportunity right now to make an enemy. Pick a fight.
Yeah, man, look good. Make an enemy. I've got to make it an enemy, do I? Look, to be honest, when I look at that fight, stylistically, as a person that thinks, like, how do I think it's going to go? I think Islam will get the job done. You know what I mean? Then you talk about who would you rather fight and things like that. Look, I'm the type of guy that I'll fight anyone. I just want to fight for that belt. I want to go for that title. What's more likely for me? I'll be honest. With someone like Charles, I think he defends pretty quickly. Along the lines, I want to get back in. I'm actually thinking, believe it or not, I'm thinking of, because I'm still training, of being, if they need a backup fighter.
Oh wow!
I'm going to be the guy. I'm going to be the guy that's going to be there. Yes, I'm so already
you'll be in Abu Dhabi.
Saying, hey,
you're going to be in Abu Dhabi.
I'm telling them I want to be there. I'll be the backup. I'm going to be fit enough. I'm going to get enough of the camp to stay in good enough fitness, and I'll do it. You know what I mean? That's the type of guy I am. Again, as I always say, I'll make sure no one else can take that opportunity away from me, because if someone else goes and does that, you know what I mean, then that puts me in the silo, and then I've got to wait even longer. I don't like that. So, but I mean, I'm happy to sit there, and if someone gets injured or doesn't make weight or whatever, I'll slip in. But again, Charles, I think if he wins, he fights early next year. Islam wins, I feel it's more mid-year, and I don't want to wait that long. So I'm looking at it strategy-wise. What do I think is a tougher fight? They're both big challenges. Obviously, you look at Charles, when you look at him as a dangerous, obviously, striking power, he can get the finish and his dangerous submission. Then you've got someone like Islam, who is one. I respect him as one of the, right now, like him and Khabib, like, where they're grappling and wrestling. That's why I feel like he gets the job done. He's like, people think that when they come to the striking part, they always approach the striking, safely. They're not silly. They don't take unnecessary risks. They do what needs to be done to find their way in, and then do what they do best. And they don't care what anyone says about it. And I think I've got a lot of respect for that, because once Islam grabs you, it's going to be a hard day. But I believe I am a hard man to hold down. I proved that. And obviously, if I had to fight any of them too, I'll be working a lot of that. And these short legs, see these little midget legs? It makes it very, very easy to get back to my feet. So, you know what I mean? So it'll be very interesting. But they're both challenges. I think better for the career. I feel like Charles, not throwing any shade on Islam, I think Charles would be a bigger fight because there's so much hype on him, and he's a defending champ and all that type of stuff. And I know he'll fight early next year, which timeline is better for me. But at the same time, who do I expect holds that belt after that fight? Probably Islam. But I'll be there watching just in case I need to step in.
That's awesome. Last thing before I let you go, champ. Is there a world in which Islam wins the fight, you say he doesn't defend to mid-year, that you fight a Yair Rodriguez in the interim at 145 and defend that title because you don't want to wait? And lastly, did Yair get a bit of a bad rap? Because now it's like Brian Ortega just got hurt when Yair had him in the position that ultimately led to him getting hurt. I think Yair got a bit of a raw deal in that situation. But is there a world in which you fight him before? And do you think that he kind of got screwed with him putting Ortega into the submission and Ortega's arm coming out?
Yeah, man. Look, it is a tricky one. At the end of the day, for people to act like it's not a win is just ridiculous. It's a win. It's a legitimate win. When you're in it. But I mean, the problem here was obviously you got so many people. You would know what it's like. You got so many people screaming for the title shot. I want this. I want that. And then at the end of the day, people need to go and earn it. People need to go out there and take that spot. And I literally made it clear. I even said, I go, mate, a big win gets you a title shot, and I was saying that. I said that the same thing with the Calvin Kattar and the Josh Emmett fight. It just so happened to be like, obviously, it was a close fight with the Calvin Kattar and things like that. And then obviously this one, this happened, which is unfortunate for both guys. It really is. Again, I'm obviously injured and things like that. And man, this is the difference between me. This is, for me, I'm a nice guy, but sometimes I want to just go, fucking, get your shit together, man. Like, here I am, busted hand, just so no one could take a spot away from me, going in probably underprepared. Like, I'll be still prepared, but I'm willing to go and be a backup fighter for absolute killers in the lightweight division, just so no one else takes that opportunity away from me. Why aren't I seeing that? You know what I mean? Why aren't I seeing that? Why aren't I seeing these guys going, stuff it. I'm taking that number one spot, or even if it's for the interim, whatever it is, I'm taking that. So no one else, I know I'm going to win, and then I know I'm going for that. I know I'm taking Volk out afterwards. You know what I mean? Where is this mentality that I'm sure I'm not that much different. I'm sure everyone else thinks like that. But I mean, do they really back themselves? Show me you back yourselves. Go and take that number one spot. Leave me no choice. I'll sit there and say, you are the man. You getting that shot. It's that easy.
My man. Alexander Volkanovski. Not everybody thinks like you because you are an absolute killer. And not everybody's a killer like you, my friend. Welcome to the 5-Star Club. You are so very deserving of it. And man, I am such a massive fan of you and your work. Congratulations on everything, my friend. And welcome to the club.
No worries, man. I appreciate it. I just feel bad, man. You wanted me to make an enemy when we're talking about Charles out. I didn't do it.
Well,
I'm too bloody nice, right?
No, actually, you've made quite a few. Hey, thank you so much. You've made quite a few because now, Charles is gonna be mad at you because you picked Islam. Yair's gonna be mad at you. Emmett's gonna be mad at you. So you've made enough enemies for me. Check. Interview's going to be absolute gold. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the champ of the featherweight division, maybe a 2-division champion, Alexander the Great Volkanovski. Like, subscribe, and make sure you check out EA Sports UFC 4 with the now 5-star character that is Alexander Volkanovski. Until next time.